All right, so what you are seeing on your screen is discipline, love, commitment, and so much more. This morning, we are speaking to the first Trinidad and Tobago female bodybuilder to qualify for the Arnold Classic in Europe. Now, these images, of course, are from the Elite Pro, but as you're seeing there on the screen, coming up in 2023, we are going to have our very own representation. Joining us this morning on the show is Bikini Fitness. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning on Now, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel?
It's very exciting because this is something I've looked forward to since I used to do Bikini Fitness a couple of years ago. I did Bikini Fitness for 6 years. And within that time, I always looked at the Arnold Classic like, I want to do this show at some point in time. And here I am, yeah.
So share with us a little bit about Bikini Fitness, because of course those who are not within the fitness industry, when you hear bikini, you're probably thinking a bit more on the lines of, yes, pageantry, but not necessarily with the criteria that you have to go through.
Yes, so Bikini Fitness is the most attainable category, right? So you generally have that slender look, but within this category, you need to have some amount of muscle definition. They still need to see that aspect of fitness. It is the category that most people tend to gravitate to first before they probably think of transitioning to another category, if they eventually do. But like I said, it's the most attainable category.
All right. And as you mentioned, it's the most attainable category. I mean, I've seen here that you're an Elite Pro athlete.
Yes.
Can you share with us what an IFBB Elite Pro athlete is as well?
So you have amateurs, which is you'll have at any level of sports. And how I became an Elite Pro, well, Elite is one federation, right? I became a pro by qualifying in Barbados 2019. They had the amateur aspect of it in the morning time. You compete among your lineup. I won my category, and then I was able to compete among existing pros in the afternoon, which was just like 2 hours later, and I won that as well. So I won my pro card in the morning, and I won my pro debut in the afternoon.
That must have felt incredible.
Yes, it was.
Now let's talk a little bit about the training that goes into this, because Bikini Fitness, as you said, is attainable, but now we're looking at Arnold. What are some of the differences?
Now, I belong to the category of body fitness. Bikini Fitness is what I used to do before I transitioned, right? So the training between the two are very different.
Right.
Like I said, because bikini is more attainable, you don't need that much muscle as compared to body fitness.
Right.
So that's actually one of the reasons why I took so long to transition. I knew for sure more muscle means more money, more food. So I train about 5 to 6 days a week.
Okay.
Now I'm training twice a day for this show. Because I'm trying to get in all the body parts required, based on what I need to tweak. So I spoke to the judges a couple of weeks ago when I did the Roger Boyce Elite Pro Classic, and they told me, a couple of things I needed to improve on. So I'm trying to make sure I get that in within the time frame that I have, because I have about 3 months to get ready for this show.
That's incredible to train twice a day. What was the transition like? Because you said, prior to, of course, being in bikini versus now with body, definitely you've had to ramp up your workouts twice a day. How do you manage? Can you share with us what your routine is like?
So before the transition from Bikini Fitness to body fitness, I had more time on my hands. I didn't work as often. I didn't have so many other responsibilities. So I got more rest time and so forth. So I used to mainly train in the afternoon, or I may go do cardio in the morning, school after, and then I'd come home. So I still had some time to get some rest, and then I would train in the afternoon. But again, it wasn't that intense because it was just cardio. Now I am doing muscle training or strength training both times of the day. So I may do upper body in the morning and do lower in the afternoon, which is what I'm doing now. And it's a lot more tedious because I have 8 hours. I work every day. As compared to before, I was only working probably 2 or 3 days for the week and going to school the rest. So it's a lot more intense trying to get in rest time, which I'm really scraping at some point in time.
And we appreciate you turning up here so early in the morning as well.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to be at work.
But all right, so And something you also mentioned is the fact that a lot of things are going to increase with the fact that you're now into body fitness, going to Arnold. Now, we want to talk a little bit about going to Arnold as well, but before we get to that, you're increasing everything. So you're increasing your food intake and all that as well.
Yes, definitely water, food. So because right now I'm a lot smaller than I was before for my category, I need to put on 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Specifically said by the judges, I need to put on about 10 pounds. Now, this happened because I was sick for about 2 months in my prep to the Roger Boyce Elite Pro Classic that took place a couple weeks ago. So I couldn't help that. I got sick, so I came in a lot smaller than was required. So I now need to put on that 10 pounds going to the Arnolds. So that is definitely going to require more food. So before I ate probably 4 times a day, I need to carry that to probably about 6 or 7 times a day, inclusive of, you know, my supplementation, my protein, to boost me where I may lack in my solid meals.
Right, okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about Arnold that's taking place. It's in Madrid, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
So what exactly is going to be happening at this competition?
So this is not just an international competition like how we had at the Roger Boyce Elite Pro Classic. Yes, that was international as well, but this is the largest sporting festival. So you have hundreds of thousands of spectators, athletes, as well as booths. So you have companies, whether it's supplementation, whether it's apparel, whatever it may be, you have all those booths there at the festival. It's really crowded based on what I've seen previously. People look forward to this event. 90 athletes have already registered.
Wow.
Yeah, so they keep the updates going. Arnold himself is supposed to be there, giving off, you know, handing you your trophy, your medal, whatever it is. So just imagine that. The Terminator himself. Yeah, so it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be probably nerve-wracking, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm just going to be really anxious.
You're going to be absolutely fine.
Yes.
It sounds incredible because it sounds like so much more, of course, than just, well, the event itself, but it's networking as well. Before we come to a close, though, one thing, of course, we've seen the fitness industry in Trinidad and Tobago definitely rise. What are your thoughts on the fitness industry right now here? And what do you have? Do you have any thoughts for those who might be interested in getting into building?
Like I did, anyone who would like to get into bodybuilding, speaking for the ladies, start with bikini first.
Right.
See if it's something you like, you have the discipline, because this is discipline more than anything else. Yes, you might have the finances to buy the food or whatever you need, but again, if you don't have the discipline to be consistent and taking what you need to take, going to the gym, it's not going to work out. You're just going to falter. So start there. And then you can graduate if it is you choose to change your category after, you know, muscle maturity has taken place, because you definitely need muscle maturity if you want to go into any other category. I think bodybuilding isn't promoted or promoted as much as I would like it to be, or think that it should, because this is one sport that does not have a retirement age. You have athletes retiring from other sports, especially like track, and then move over to bodybuilding. It is the most disciplined sport. Yes, people may want to fight that down in terms of discipline, and but I think we do the most amount of work just for probably 60 seconds on stage. Because to get to, okay, if I'm prepping for the Roger Boyce again next year, and I didn't do anything, I'm not doing anything for the rest of this year, I need to start prepping from all now. You know, to get myself ready for quite a whole year later. So that much work, supplementation, and that is very costly. You know, so right now I am offering corporates, anyone who would like to get on board, to partner with me on this journey, you know, because I only compete internationally. So just imagine how far your brand is going to be. And this sport isn't just Barbados, isn't just Spain. You can go South Africa, Sweden, Paraguay, all over the world. So just imagine, you know, your brand going quite there and sponsoring or partnering with the first IFBB Elite Body Fitness Pro Athlete in Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely.
Since 2019, I'm still holding that title.
Wonderful. Well, I wish we had more time, but we have run out of time. But looking forward to seeing you on that stage and seeing you continue to shine and represent for the sports in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, bodybuilder and so much more, personal trainer, the list goes on. Abini Prokop joining us this morning. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on Now. We're not over yet.